Hey y'all, how's it going? Bennett here. In this lesson, you're going to learn 3 different variations on a chordal single string lick. You're going to learn how to play the lick. There's 3 variations on it, like I said. And then you're going to learn how to apply this lick to Cherokee Shuffle, Cripple Creek, and 9-pound hammer. If you're a Banjo by Ear member, you get an extended cut of this lesson that includes the theory behind what's going on with these patterns and how to transpose it to different keys. So if you're not a member, you can go over to banjobyear.me, sign up for $4.99 a month, and you get a monthly live Q&A with me, over 130 video lessons, 45 practice tracks, and a great supportive community. Also, I'm just getting over a cold right now, so you might hear some sniffles during the video, so just disregard those, try to ignore them. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and thanks so much for watching. 3, 4. 3 and 4 and 3, 4. 3 and 4 and 3, 4. 3 and 4 and So as you can see, there are 3 variations on this one lick, and there are definitely more. I'm just showing you these 3 because these work really well in the context of G out of fiddle tunes and vocal tunes. I'm going to show you some different ways to apply these later in the video. But just to go over what I'm doing here is I'm taking different chord shapes and I'm playing a 4-note roll pattern. This is out of your G position on the 17th fret. I'm starting with my middle finger and I'm just playing a forward roll. So 1, 3, 2, 1. And that's the first part of the roll. That's the easy part. The second part of the roll is where you do a descending single string scale. We're going to call it that. There is a little bit of melodic stuff in there, but for the most part it is single string. The melodic bit starts here. So thumb, and you're reaching your thumb over to get that note on the 16th fret. I'm not doing a descending scale as I'm saying. It's kind of using parts of the descending scale, but it is a lick that you hear in a lot of fiddle tunes. That, you know, so you could practice that separately. Make sure, I mean, you can end it on the 4th string right there, but I'm trying to end this lick on the 5th string so I can use that open string for transitions down the neck or up the neck. So you can transition to a different melodic position when you have that open 5th string. And I end on the open 5th string for each of these variations. So practice this first. This is the easy part. And then do the single string phrase. Now, going on to the second variation, we're using our D chord, and this is on the 16th fret. It's the exact same principle. You're going to do the roll pattern first. Same exact roll pattern, the 1, 3, 2, 1 roll. And then it's a little bit different. So I changed the phrase a little bit. And at the end, instead of doing more of a scalar pattern, you're doing an arpeggio. But I'm still doing it in single string style. So you're still going thumb, index on the 4th string, thumb on the 3rd, index on the 2nd. And you can mess around with the fingering, whatever feels better to you. Like that. Okay, the final variation is also over a D chord. This is actually a D7th chord. So if you're analyzing the chord, we've got our D chord right here, and that's on the 19th fret. And then what we're doing is, instead of making the bar shape, because that's just kind of a cumbersome shape to make up the neck, we're putting our pinky and our ring finger there on the 2nd and 1st strings, and then our index finger on a C, which is the 7th in the D chord. And we're creating the D7th like that. And I'm reaching my thumb around on the 17th fret for this chord. Same roll pattern. Then the single string phrase. There's a number of ways that you can practice this. I maybe would start practicing it with hitting that 5th string and then doing the descending scale pattern. Remember, you're hitting the 5th string with your thumb, and that means you got to hit the 2nd string with your middle or your index. And I'm choosing to do my index. That's just what I'm most comfortable with. And then you drop your thumb down for that note after the index finger note. Open 5th string once again, so you can move down the neck. All right, so how do we apply this in the context of tunes? I'm going to show you 3 different songs: Cherokee Shuffle, Cripple Creek, and 9-Pound Hammer. Just parts of them, not the whole song, but just so you can see how this can apply in the context of a fiddle tune and a vocal tune. So let's start with Cherokee Shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe you notice that I use these licks at the end of the A section. And so after that C chord, then it goes 1, 5, 1. Those are the chords. So these phrases work really well over the cadence phrases in the song. And the cadence means going from a 5 chord to a 1. That's creating tension with the 5 chord and then releasing the tension when you go back to the 1 chord. So the first A section, I use the first lick that I showed you, and then the second A section I used the one that's over the D chord. And so it just depends on what you're hearing in the moment. I wanted to show both of them over this song, so that's why I chose those 2. 3 and 4. Same principle applies here. I'm playing the beginning melody, which is really easy to play up the neck. This might be a great one to start with. And then I'm putting the lick in there. So the Cripple Creek melody gives me enough time to maneuver up to this G chord, because the melody is kind of rhythmically sparse. So that gives you time, and that might be a reason for using this one to start with. Let's look at 9-Pound Hammer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So rhythmically, 9-Pound Hammer is a little bit different. You know, it comes in on a weird beat, at least weird for me. So one, two. So I'm giving myself that cue of, like, after the C chord, I'm doing those 2 notes, 1, 2, 3, and that's when you start the phrase. So you're starting this phrase on the 3rd beat of the measure. 3. So you can end with that G note on the G chord, on the 1st beat of the G chord. It's a little funky there, but hopefully by listening to me play it through fully, you can kind of apply this to your playing. And I hope Cherokee Shuffle and Cripple Creek help as well. Let me know how you do with these licks in the comments section below, and if you happen to use one for an arrangement, tag me in the video on Facebook or Instagram. I'd love to see it. And for more on these licks, so like the theory behind it and also how to transpose this to other keys, head on over to Banjo by Ear and sign up for a membership. It's only $4.99 a month, and you get a live Q&A with me, 130 video lessons, 45 backing tracks, and a really supportive community, all there to help you become a better banjo player. Thanks so much for watching this, and let me know if you have any questions.